Hello again, this is Genevieve reporting to you from Bethel, Alaska. My weekly observation was reported from the 30th of January 2017 to February 3rd, and my observation time was at around 5:30 p.m. My National Weather Station observation was Bethel Airport with the identifier of PABE. Here is the plot of my air temperature that was recorded during that week. The highest maximum and minimum temperatures stayed at a constant 71 degrees Fahrenheit for the max temperatures and about 29 degrees Fahrenheit for the minimum temperature. For day 1, during my observation, the temperature was at about 31 degrees, and throughout the week you'll notice a slow decline in temperature up until my last day of observation, where my right thermometer measured the current temperature to be at 10 degrees Fahrenheit. On January 30th, 2017, at 5:30 p.m. Alaska Standard Time, the current temperature my left thermometer measured was 31.5 degrees Fahrenheit, or negative 0.3 degrees Celsius, and my right thermometer measured 31 degrees Fahrenheit, or negative 0.6 degrees Celsius. The barometric pressure was set at sea level at about 125 feet, and that day, the barometric pressure was 1,006 millibars, or 29.7 inches of mercury. The Beaufort number was 5, and this was interpreted by the movement of trees swaying with the wind. The wind was recorded to be coming from the southeast, and the sky was fully covered with stratus clouds that were gray and flat, where little to no sunlight was showing. In addition, it did snow at some point that day, but not at that time. The milky gray clouds on the weather map confirmed my cloud cover observation, and the weather map showed that in the southwest region of Alaska, where Bethel is located, they were experiencing a stationary front that day. Day 2, on January 31st, 2017, at 5:30 p.m., my left thermometer recorded 24.1 degrees Fahrenheit, or negative 4.4 degrees Celsius, and the right thermometer measured 24.5 degrees Fahrenheit, or negative 4.2 degrees Celsius. The barometric pressure increased to 1,029 millibars, or 30.4 inches of mercury. The wind had a Beaufort number of 3, which is interpreted by the gentle breeze that I could feel on my skin. The wind direction came from the southeast. The sky visibility was low that day due to the fog, and there was no sunlight. Visibility was almost less than a mile that day, and the cloud cover shown matches the amount of cloud cover that was passing through the region. The weather map shows a cold front coming from the northwest, headed in the direction of the Gulf of Alaska. The southwest region was experiencing high pressures, and this was consistent with my recording since the pressure slowly increased from the day before. On day 3, the 1st of February 2017, at 5:35 p.m. Alaska Standard Time, my left thermometer measured a current temperature of 17.3 degrees Fahrenheit, or negative 8.1 degrees Celsius, and the right thermometer measured 21.2 degrees Fahrenheit, or negative 6.1 degrees Celsius. The barometric pressure that day increased to 1,040 millibars, or 30.7 inches of mercury. On the map, it shows here that the high pressure systems around us were at about 1,051 millibars, or 10,050 millibars. The wind was a bit more calm with a Beaufort number of 2, and the winds were coming from the northeast at about 70 degrees. There was a high pressure system spread through most of Alaska, with nearly clear skies and a cloud coverage of about 0 to 5%. The sun was out, but the heat was not effective due to the decrease in temperature. On day 4, the 2nd of February 2017, at 5:30 p.m., the current temperature measured by the left thermometer was 14.7 and 20.5 degrees Fahrenheit, or negative 9.6 or negative 6.4 degrees Celsius. It was cold that day. Since I was able to see my breath, the barometric pressure went down a little bit to 1,036 millibars, or 30.6 inches of mercury. The high pressure system seems to have extended from Alaska into Canada, and the wind's Beaufort number was a 3 with the wind coming from the north. The sky was clear during my observation time, however the weather map shows evidence of low clouds due to the dark gray areas over most of Alaska. Day 5, the 3rd of February 2017, at 5:20 p.m., the current temperature recorded by the left and right thermometers were 10.2 and 22.3 degrees Fahrenheit, or negative 12.1 and negative 5.4 degrees Celsius. The winds Beaufort number that day was a 2, with the wind direction coming from the north. The barometric pressure was at about 1,033 millibars that day, or 30.5 inches of mercury. This high-pressure system was accompanied by a few low cirrus clouds, and as you can see on the map, the high-pressure system seems to have taken over most of the area. Now here is a plotting of my weather observation station's recording of the barometric pressure and the National Weather Service's recording of the barometric pressure. On day 1 was the lowest recording of barometric pressure, being at about 1,006 millibars. Day 3 was the highest when it peaked to 1,040 millibars. And on the last day of my observation, the barometric pressure declined to 1,033 millibars. We will be using the recorded weather map and GeoES images to compare how different images can be used to interpret what is going on in the weather. On January 31st, I recorded the temperature being at about 24 degrees Fahrenheit with a barometric pressure of 1,029 millibars, or 30.4 inches of mercury, which matches with the images seen in the today's weather map. There is a high pressure passage near my region with a central pressure of 1,042 millibars. The infrared image shows dark clouds in that region, which indicates the clouds being lower and warmer. This image correlates with my observation because the temperature was warm that day and the fog appeared to be low and blocking out any sunlight. In the visible light map, in the southwest central area, there is a high layer of cloud coverage, and it was shown around this area, it's a little bit darker, that had the least amount of sunlight. In the water vapor map, the light gray clouds represent the concentration of moisture that was in the area. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a good day.